Turn your volume down on
Am I on? Ooh. No. Oh, I am. Hi everybody. I'm just sorting myself out. I'll be 2 minutes. It is really nice to have you here. I'm just getting yours up on my computer, which is why you can see me on your on me being on my mouse. It's nice to finally get my stream up and going. Hi guys, hi. Right, I'll move my mouse out of the way for now, as much as I can. And I'll just dive straight in, I guess. Thank you for your comments. And already getting 6 likes, and I've only just started. You might hear some extra clicking in the background, and that is just Ian, because he's in the room with me and he is going to mod and keep an eye on things. It's very exciting. Hi everyone. I'm just realising I don't actually have my other lamp set up, but I'm sure we'll be fine. I've just got a bit of a shadow beside me. Can you grab that for me? So for those of you who don't know, my partner's called Ian, and he's just about, and he's now grabbed my lamp for me. Do you want me to get that? That's better, a little bit better anyhow. There we go. There. All sorted now, I think. Oh God, I've just kicked my cat in the face. There you go, the Hooded Claw 13 is Ian. And his name's spelled the Scottish way, which he's probably going to correct you all. I'm just going to change one thing on mine because I don't have it set to live chat. So if you want to see everybody's comments, just change it to live chat. There you go. Everyone's starting to get it right. Right, okay. Can somebody help me make people a mod, because I don't know how to make people mods. Oh, thank you, Shannon. I'd really appreciate any help at the moment, because obviously I've not done this before. But whilst, right, click on their name. Let me just scroll back up. Click on their name. Alright, okay, that's easy enough. There we go. And there we go. And right, so I've got 2 people set as moderators. One is Ian, and he'll only be here and there when he's not at work most of the time. And I now have 3 because these other 2 are my best friends and I would definitely not say no to them. And that is Colour and Chat with Sammy, you all know Sammy, and also Lou, which is Louise Scoffin. Both lovely ladies. So anyways, as I was just about to say, whilst I was sorting that out, is that I just want to say a massive, massive hug to Sammy, because yesterday she went to her second mum's funeral, and she doesn't have to be here and she doesn't have to mod for me, especially today, but she is anyways. So I also just want to say a big thank you to you as well. So thank you, Sammy. But we'll not stick about that, because I know that she'll not want us to dwell on it as such. So thanks, Steve. These are the best hand puppets ever. just because I haven't got round. Actually, while Steve is in this stream right this moment, I have something that I want to mention, because if I don't mention it now and I don't mention it when he's not in the stream, he is having a child later in the year, and it is going to be a little boy, and he asked me if I would colour in a picture for him. I haven't started yet, Steve, but I'm going to show the picture. And he likes World of Warcraft, which is a game that I like playing, and one of his favourite characters is Sylvanas Windrunner, and so I said that I would colour in a picture of Sylvanas for him and frame it, and this is the picture that I'm going to do. So yes, it is a grayscale image. I did find this online, but it is just for him. He is a friend. It's not like I'm selling it or anything like that. Hi, Beth. So yes, I will be colouring this in and framing it for him for, well, when it's done, but more closer to when the baby's due, just so you know, Steve. Okay, so don't be expecting it tomorrow. So yes, we've done that one. On my next thing, whilst I'm live streaming, is, I don't know if you saw this in my Facebook page, but I got this book from Amazon, and hello Katrina, hello Lou, and everyone else that I've missed. But yes, I got this book from Amazon, and I only paid £1 and 54p, so it wasn't that much. Just Ian. It didn't cost me that much, but that wasn't the point when I actually got it and I looked through it, and I'll do a quick flip through of it now and you will be able to see the reason why I contacted Amazon. Nick and Tina, I am from Newcastle upon Tyne in the United Kingdom. So you might be able to tell from my accent, you might not. Some people have told me that I sound Welsh, but I assure you I'm not. So yes. But anyways, yes. So I first noticed with this image here. Michelle, a Geordie lass. Yes. So for anybody who doesn't know, Nichols is Kathy and Colouring Kid is Imogen, and I'm just saying that because Lou said that she wasn't sure of your real name. So yes, and then these two pages again, Johanna Basford. There are some in here I don't know who the images are, but I'm probably 100% sure they are from somebody else. And then if you keep going through the book, you get to this image here, which is Kirby Roseanne's. And this image here is repeated, the exact same, the colouring image itself and also the background, the exact same on this page. So I got in touch with Amazon and I got my money back. I also reported the person who created this book to Amazon and I left a very bad review. Well, Jane Bevan, that is really confusing if you're called Sandra. So yes, so that's that out of the way, but just for future reference, it's by Adrian Kleinschmidt. And this one's called Colour the Unusual, and I did have another look whilst I was sorting all this out on Amazon, and they have quite a few books, and I did notice that on the front cover of at least one of their other books they actually had an image on the front that wasn't their image. So I think it's best that we all just get that out there and make sure that nobody funds this person. Thank you, Becky. I know last week was a bit disappointing in the fact that I couldn't get myself streamed, but as you said, I'm up and going now, so I'd like to keep it like that, hopefully. And I'm not using the camera, I'm still using my phone. I am using an app called Streamlabs. Oh yes, so Ian's just put it in the chat there that I've used Streamlabs and it's working fantastically by the looks of it. So I'll keep using it until this unfortunately would get shut down. So anybody else who's using it, if it does get shut down, blame it on me, because I have no luck whatsoever. And yes, Imogen, it's, to be honest, apart from a book that I've got from Wish, which at the time when I bought it I had no idea that it was work stolen. It's one of the first books, to be honest, that I've had problems with, finding that the work's been stolen by somebody else. But hopefully, because I've also seen, oh thank you Shara. So yes, hopefully I'll not get any more problems with books having their artwork stolen. So the next thing that I'm just jumping right into is that you've probably all heard of her by now, and that is Sassy from Sassy Coloring, and she is a fantastic artist, and I've got a few images that I'm going to show here. Oh, thanks for coming, Caroline, take care. Yes, these images that I've got here are some of Sassy's Patreon images. Are very true, Imogen. Some of the covers are very deceiving, and it did look a really nice book. It was, to be perfectly honest, if I'd just got the book like this and I saw not the front cover and I saw the back cover, I would be none the wiser. And then even just opening up to the front, I would think, it's still a nice book, it's already got some backgrounds on it. But my only other problem that I had with the book is that, and you can see it especially on this, is that the image doesn't even come over the background. The background's being printed on top of the image, so you can't even colour the picture in properly. So yes, but anyways, let's just hope that people who haven't seen this video or the post that I put up on my Facebook page, that they don't have the same problem. Because the only other thing was, when I was leaving my review, is that I noticed 2 other people had reviewed the book and they gave it 2 and 3 stars and said how lovely the book was. So the only other thing I can think of for those 2 people is that they're not full colorists. I know I'm not really saying the right words. They're more, I wouldn't say they would be colouring all of the time. Oh, thank you for coming, Sue. Take care. So yeah, let's just hope that no one else falls for buying that, with it being such a cheap price. So yes, so in front of me here I have some Patreon images by Sassy. I'll just show you these ones and then go through a couple more that I've got on here. And then I've got some other ones underneath of another artist to show you. These are not all of the Patreon images that Sassy has at the moment. Yes, that's what I was trying to think of, Lou. They're not familiar with other illustrators. I try to get myself right, but I end up getting myself in such a tiz. What do you mean, Steve, by completionists? Katie, these are from Sassy Coloring. Hi, Faye. Thank you for joining. So these ones that I've just shown there are from Sassy. Okay. Well, I suppose you could call them that, but they couldn't really anyways because of the background. I think it's just the whole book itself was just rubbish, putting it politely. Take care, Beth. Enjoy your sleep. So the next 2 images that I also have on this table are by Kim White, aka I'm saying aka, but I've just had a memory blank. But if you sign up to Kim White, once a month she releases a drawn image. I'm not sure if these are just for signing up with her or if you just get them early and eventually they are available to purchase. I'll have to look into that for you, but what I can do is I will leave links to both Kim's, I'm sure she's got an Etsy store. If not, I'll leave the link to where you can buy her things from, because she does have 2 books released as well, which is Faces of the Zodiac. Oh, thank you, Lou. So Lou's put in the link for Sassy's Etsy store. but I'm not sure, like I say, if you can get these images for that, because these were from her Patreon. So yes, I just wanted to do a mention for both of those ladies because they're both lovely, very kind ladies, and as you can see, their artwork is amazing. Yes, the Alice one's very cute. Well, saying that though, the Uni Dragon's pretty cute as well. And I quite like Alice images, although I haven't coloured in very many. Oh, thank you, Sam, for putting Kim's link on. The next thing I want to show you guys is that everybody has seen my book collection videos, and I have an extensive amount of books. So in this folder that I've shown in a previous haul video, I started to record my book collection in terms of the page numbers in the book, and I got this. Hiya Sky, thank you for joining. Ooh, make me one, Shara. I did boil a kettle before I started this, but I actually didn't make me cuppa. So yes, as you can see, I have started to record my books with the page numbers, and the ones I've coloured in are the ones I have completed so far in these books. And I don't know if you can see them. No, you can't. But if I bring the book up to the camera, if you look on my Kelly O'Gorman calendar, I have done a circle, and that shows me that I have a whip on the go. So as you can see from these pages, I don't have very many finished pages because a lot of these are recent books I've received over the past few months. I don't take any sugar at all, sweetheart, and just a tiny bit of milk. And if you could deliver it to the UK, that would be fantastic. Lou would like a cup of tea, please.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Yes, please. And Kathy would like tea and biscuits.
We'll get the biscuits.
We haven't got any biscuits, I'm afraid. So I've just been told.
This cup?
Yes, please. And Sandra would like tea with 1 sugar. I'm afraid we've got no cake. We're super healthy in this house.
We only have 2 tea bags, so no.
We've got that big bag in the corner. Apparently we've only got 2 tea bags as well, so someone's gonna have to share. Oh, you see, I'm organised, but I tell you something, it's took us nearly a week just to get these ones done, so I'm not so organised just yet. Hi Sean, thank you for joining. I'm sure we could rustle you something up, Kathy. We might not have biscuits, but I'm sure we could find something. Oh, I know, Sandra, but if we used 1 tea bag between 2 cups, it wouldn't be much of a cuppa, really. Not unless you like your cuppa really milky. Oh, Robin, I'm trying to get organised, especially since I decided that I would start streaming. Yes, Fliss, we have toast, as long as you like brown bread. But yes, I'm trying to get organised just because I watched Lavelia's video for doing her. I'd put a pot on if I had a pot shown. I've literally just got the kettle, so unless I can boil the tea bags inside the kettle, then it's a no-go, I'm afraid. So yes, Lou, I saw this on Lavelle. Thank you, my darling. So for all of you who like to see cups, I don't know if you can see it, but I've got my Tigger cup and he's popping out the front there, and if I turn it around, his bum sticks out the back. And this is a very big cup because I like a big cup of tea. But yes, saw this on Lavelia's channel. If anybody could post a link to Lavelia's channel, that would be brilliant. And she has been doing Colour Your Hoard as a hashtag this month, and I'm not sure how long she's doing the hashtag for, but she had all of her books wrote down, and then she had page numbers and whether or not that she had the title page or a back cover page. Whether, I'm not sure if she had whether or not they had a poster. I think she did, and she had them all set out just brilliant. So Ian's just popped in Lavelia's YouTube channel there for anyone who hasn't been and seen Lavelia. Honestly, Fliss, I didn't do a template because obviously each book has different amount of pages. So if I turn back to this one here, Disney's Vitro, has 106 pages, and the way I've done it is that I've done one page where if there's something you can colour on that page, then that gets counted as a page. So I haven't done it where I've wrote the title or the cover page or anything like that. I've literally just put it as a page. So for instance, on the Kelly O'Gorman colouring calendar, there are only 12 images to colour, seeing as there's only 12 months. So that one was really easy. And then for instance, as I was saying, with the Disney's Vitro, there are 106 colourable pictures in the book. So that one was 106, so I didn't make a template, I was just going as I did each book. So yes, I have many more books to do because at the moment I'm only up to book 45 and I have about another 400 of them to go. Lavelia's link for our channel's just further up in the chat. I literally just did this in Excel, Microsoft Excel, and it wasn't anything fancy really. For the title bits, I just merged the whole row so that it was just one, and that was on the downside of the page, and then I just made all of these ones the same size along the top, and I just changed everything for the boxes so everything was central and the titles were just underlined, and then I just changed all of the... Hi Joanne, thanks for joining. Hi Beth. Oh, I know Susan, I'll be there forever. It'll be a forever work in progress. Especially if I keep getting books through the door. But it'll keep us busy. most of the time it's been of an early morning when I've not been able to sleep. So yes, I have a few whips on the go, which as I'm looking, you'll probably not see it in the camera because I've done my little circles to show whips and pencil, just so yes, Lou, to keep me out of trouble, although I never get in trouble, I'm a good girl. So yes, that was that, and I've just started to put them in this little folder that I got from, I think it was the Works, or it might have been the Pound Shop. I think it was Poundland. I got that a couple of months ago, and I showed that in my haul at the time. The next thing that I have that I want to show is that I got a set of pencils which arrived in this box and came with this pencil case, and they were all wrapped together with this. So as you can see, these are the Lokss Brand pencils, and they were 72 colours in the set. Lou, I don't think even doing something like recording the pages in my colouring books is going to keep me off Amazon. I could scroll through Amazon for days and just add thing to my wish warehouse. But yes, so I got these pencils and they were £16.99 for the set of 72, so that is a really good budget price pencil, and they look lovely. They have the black barrel, and in silver foil they have the Lokss Brand name. They have the soft series row on them. How long did it take you to actually scroll through my wish warehouse though, Lou? That's the thing. And then how many of my items did you add to your warehouse? Yes, Heather, it's a really good price. Because for £16.99, I don't know if any of you have tried them, but the Faber Gold pencils, there isn't much difference between them and these. It comes with the colour on the barrel, but like normal, I always swatch my pens or pencils. And if you haven't seen it in my Facebook group or on my Instagram, I did an image with them, and pencil wise, that was all I used, was the Lokss Brand. Oh, let me just have a look for you, Faye, because off the top of my head I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't tell you on the packet. I'll have to have a look into that. I think they're wax based because when they're being used, and I'll show you this one. So this is a one I didn't use. I only use this to swatch, and this is one I used on my picture. When you're using them, they go down really, really quick. They're very, very similar to that of Prismacolors, but they lay down like the Faber Golds, and the pencil barrel themselves feel like a Faber Gold rather than a Prisma. I don't know if that makes any sense to you. But yes, so they do go down really fast. So in a way, it is a good job that they are a budget pencil. And I've done this one image where the pencil work is all of the Lokss Brand pencils. They are from Amazon. I can leave links at the end of my stream for both the UK and for the US, if I can find them in the US, because I've not actually had a look to see if you can get them in the US yet. And then everything else, I used my Do Crafts pearlescent paint for the moon, and I used my Sakura Stardust Gold Jelly Roll for the outline of the stars and the unicorn's horn. And oh yes, I used the white Posca pen for my extra stars. But everything else is done by these pencils, and I think that the colours that come from these pencils are really vibrant. So for £16.99, I think that you can't really go wrong. And also for 72 pencils, that's a really good bargain. So I might definitely get some more of those in the future if these do go down more. And yes, they came in the pencil case, so you're getting a pencil case for free as well, and they fit the whole set in perfectly. Yes, there are a few of us from the northeast in the chat today. Okay, Flace, see you soon. Yes, Lou, there's a brilliant range of colours in the pack. You're not just getting your basic red, blue, greens, yellows. You're getting other colours as well. Sorry, I've just got an itchy foot there, if you think that I'm putting my hand at a funny angle. Yes. So there is a lovely range of colours. My next little bit of a chat is this lovely pile of goodies here, and I got these through the door as a gift from one of my lovely subscribers, and they know who they are, and they know I am most grateful. And this one arrived yesterday, which they don't know has arrived yet. I've not had a chance to message them, so I'm hoping that they see this video. But I don't want to open them because, as I got pointed out to me yesterday, this is a limited edition tin, and this tin will be priceless in many years to come. So unless I get myself another tin, I'm not going to open this tin and see how beautiful they are inside. I'm just going to look at them in the plastic and admire the outside of the tin. And I also got this Groot notebook because I absolutely adore Groot, and it's like a wood effect for the book itself, and it feels like wood in a way, more like a lino type wood. Yes, Gary, I am Groot. But yes, I love Groot, and the inside covers are just fantastic with this art. It's got its own little pen holder on the side. I'll show you the front and back inside covers first. So you have him as a child on both, and it came with this little cover thing around to say it is from volume 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. And then when you open it up inside, the pages are a white colour, and in the corner of each page is a cute little Groot head. Not sure if you can see that there. There we go. Just in the yellow there. And they're all the same. They're all white with the little Groot head on. The edging of the page is brown to match the outside of the notebook. And you get a fair amount of pages in this. And the pages are plain. They don't have grids, dots or lines on them. So it could be used as a sketchbook, a doodle book, a journal, scrapbook, just for taking notes down, anything you like, and you could put it in here. It also comes with a page ribbon so that you can mark where you're up to, and this is in a shiny bronze. Very, very nice. So yes, and then I also received this book here, which is Ruby Charm Colours Creative Companion 2019 Organizer and Colouring Art Journal. And now this is the full creative journal. You can also get... Bye Michelle, thank you for coming, sweetheart. Thank you, bye. So yes, you can also get 2 other art journals. I don't have those, so I'm not too sure what they're like inside, but if you go to Ruby Charm Colours' YouTube channel, I've been told she has flip throughs of all of them on her channel. And since I got this, I have filled some of it in to suit myself. If I just flick through to where I've started, so yes, I've put in people's birthdays, my Able Habit Tracker, my daily to-dos and colour combinations. And I won't show you my other pages. I'm going to flip straight to my colour combinations page and show you that one, which I put under April highlights. It's a really interesting book, Imogen. Does she have the first or the second journal, Sean? Do you know? Because I do know that the other one comes in 2 parts. It's 2 separate books, whereas this is whole one book. But yes, I did these 2 flower combinations on an image I'm doing at the moment for, thank you Lou, for Becky's Community Jungle at the moment. If you're involved or if you've seen what's going on, I shall show you my work in progress for that too, which is this page here. And I've so far written down this combination here, which is the same as this combination here. And I've also written down this combination, which I've done on these leaves up here, and wrote that down here. But they're the only ones that I've actually written down so far. Oh, thank you Becky, Connie, thank you Joanne and Shannon, thank you Faye and Imogen. Thank you everybody. Oh no, thank you Becky for letting me join. So yes, that's how much I've gotten of that done so far. And also this is the first image that I will have coloured in this book, so I will be able to tick this one off as a finished image to one of my many books that have not been touched. So I've done that one, and that is how much I've gotten done so far. But yes, the thing I like about this book is that you have all of these things here. The monthly layouts are in black, which is a bit different to normal, because then you can add people's birthdays or any events you might have in white, which is something different to what you would normally do. Sean, I am actually using my phone still, and I'm using an app called Streamlabs, and so far it's going pretty well. Yes, this and also my magical jungle image is done in Prismacolors so far. Hi Mia, thank you for joining. But if anybody would like to take these combos down, feel free. I'm not going to stop you. Okay Faye, see you soon. So yes, I think it's great you have the black pages, because you don't just have them for the months, you have them for some of the swatch pages. I haven't figured out what light colour swatches are just yet, because I don't think that, personally for me, I would take all of my lighter coloured pencils and swatch them separately on their own page. I would stick with the pages provided. So they have done in this book, you do have the polychromos pencils. All of them are written down already in here. Hi Charlotte, thanks for coming. I'm glad you found me. They also have the Prismacolor Premiers, which I've started swatching just from the pencils that I had out to do the colour combination page that I was doing. The Caran d'Ache Luminance pencils are also recorded in here. Yes, Sean, give it a go. It seems to be working really well, and it saved me a lot of money, which at the moment I can't afford to spend out. So metallic pencils or pens, Gary, because in the back, towards the back of the book, there are, let me just get to them, there is this, and there are more like this where you can swatch gel pens and markers and watercolours, and I would imagine the Gansai Tambi watercolour paints would go really well to show on here. Yes, you could use the light swatched ones for the metallic pencils, because quite a few sets of pencils have specific metallic sets out now. Oh Lou, I haven't seen that. I'll have to have a look into it. Because what I've also noticed in this book, and not just on this page, is that she has done specific pages just on black. So yes, you get double page spreads of the black. Gary, I don't see why you couldn't swatch pastels, or are you asking me to swatch pastels? Because I think swatching pastels would be a good idea to put on the black pages. Yes, I can swatch pastels. They're put away at the moment, my set of pastels, but I can get them out for my next stream and swatch them then for you, or I can do a video through the week and post it as a separate video. I don't mind doing that at all. But yes, all in all, this is just a lovely book. There's another image there just on the black with the white. And in this book it comes with grid paper, lined paper. There are some pages that are just plain, like this one. This is mostly plain with just a little bit along the top, but you could colour those in. You could even turn the book this way and use them as points. So the possibilities are pretty endless really with this book. And each month has a page of highlights, but as I did with my colour combinations one, I changed it just because I liked the image that was on the page at the time when I was swatching. Gary, to be honest, I don't do that much in pastels myself. I mainly use my pastels for doing a background on an image, and normally I would get the pastel itself, I would get a knife, scrape some of the pastel onto the page, and then I would use a cotton pad or cotton bud just to rub around the page, and that leaves just a slight colouring on the page. Sean, for grid paper, it all depends on what you're going to use it for specifically. In a journal, you could use it for habit tracking, you could use it... A lot of people use grid paper and have a full journal of grid paper because it helps to map out where you're going to put your headlines, where you're going to put your sublines, and then it also gives you an idea where you can start writing or where you could add an image. So for journaling, that's what you could mainly use it for. For other things, a lot of people use them when drawing. I don't know if you've tried it yourself, but when you're a beginner, if you're not too familiar with proportions, say for instance if you had a grid underneath of a plain piece of paper, then you could actually use the grid itself to keep, say, facial proportions in check. Or say if you were drawing a person and you wanted your shoulders to be in the same place on either side, or the length of your arms or legs, anything like that, then it just keeps everything in proportion. So there's quite a few different things you could use the grid paper for. Yes, architects use it quite a lot, but not just architects can use it. I've known portrait artists to use it when they've started out. Not so much when you get the hang of... The way I learned to draw is if you do one specific image over and over and over again, although it can get boring, your mind then starts to learn that that's how something should be. So if you just keep doing it over and over again, if you were after a while to remove the graph paper from underneath, then you would be able to just out of mindset do it. Maybe it's not perfectly, but you would kind of get it a mind's eye as to where the things are supposed to be just from repetition of doing it on the grid itself. but I haven't done that for many years. I'm not really into drawing much anymore, so I'm more of a grid person for my journaling, as I'm going to go a quick show there because you don't need to see my habit tracker. So yes, the person, as I said, they know who they are, and I am eternally grateful that they got me these things. They did not have to. They got me these out of the goodness of their heart. And I know there is one more item on its way, which when I do receive it, they will get another big thank you, and I'll show that in my next video, or even in my next stream. Yes, Imogen, give it a try. It seems stupid at first, and some people think that it seems as if you're cheating because you're basically tracing, but you don't get anywhere unless you try and practice. And if tracing an image is your way of learning how to get proportions right, then there's nothing wrong with that. It's when you trace an image and pass it off as your own design. But yes, it's just practice really. So next, I have 2 books to show you that I have gotten since my haul video. Exactly, Lou, it's just building your skills. It's not cheating at all. Yes, if everyone would like to post their Instagram channels, or if you have Facebook channels or YouTube channels, share away. I do not mind at all. So post away, everyone. I'd love to see people. I haven't figured out who you are yet. I love seeing people's work. So yes, I have received 2 books since my haul, and this is the first one, which is super cute. It is an anime / manga style, and it is in Japanese. This is volume 1, but I haven't seen a volume 2 yet. Well, Becky, if I didn't let people do that, then personally, when people mention my name in their videos, as you've done before, and when you said for everyone to come on over to my channel, then a lot of people who don't have many viewers or subscribers or anything like that don't get noticed. So the easiest thing for me to do, I feel, is just for you to post what your channel is, or your Facebook or your Instagram, because knowing me, I would end up forgetting someone. If I was to go and post a link at the end of this stream for everybody, I'll end up forgetting someone, and then I don't want to do that. Little Mai, I don't know if there is a volume 2 out for this yet. I'm hoping a volume 2 does come out, because I'm going to do a quick flip through of this book because it's so nice. I haven't coloured anything in this yet because I've just gotten it not too long ago, and I have a fair few works in progresses on the go, which I'll show you in a moment what I'm working on at the moment. Mostly just this month and a few that I've carried on from last month. But the images in here are so cute, and they're all single-sided, so you can use any medium you like. The paper is quite thick. I think if you were to use wet mediums, it would definitely crinkle the page, but I think most of the books now, yes, this book is from Etsy, but I think I've also seen it on Amazon Japan, but I got this from Etsy. But yes, most books, if you were to use wet mediums, the pages would wrinkle, but I think now we like the sound of wrinkly pages, don't we? Gary, I prefer using pencils, and my favourite pencils are my Prismacolors. Most of the pages I've ever done have been done in Prismacolor, or I've used marker base with Prismacolors on top. I do have other sets of pencils. My second favourite set of pencils are the Black Widows, but I've found that... Okay, Heather, I hope everything's alright. Thank you for dropping by. Take care, sweetheart. Yes, I do have other pencils, pens, pastels. I've got Neos. Hi Tracy, thank you very much. Hi Loretta. No, Shannon, you're right. Imogen, it doesn't matter that you're only 14. You're absolutely fantastic, and out of many YouTube videos and YouTubers that I watch, you are one of my favourite, and I would promote you everywhere. And I think it's great that you do videos with your brother Tom, and your first live stream was with your mum and Tom. So don't change who you are just because you're 14 and you're probably the youngest in the room. So yes, you can use absolutely everything in this book, I think. Exactly. Full of creation. Yes, so as Little Mice just pointed out there, all of the Japanese books that you find on Etsy will be on Amazon Japan, and it does not matter where you are from. Amazon Japan, even with postage, will be 10 times cheaper than Etsy would be, and you probably wouldn't even wait as long to receive the book from there either. But I'll just keep flipping through this. As I said, it's got some really cute images. If you would like for me, after this stream, to make my first stream colour along from this book, just let me know. No, we can order from Amazon Japan. I've done it before. You just log in with your normal Amazon account. But we can definitely order from them. Hi Natalie. Thank you for joining. But no, it's the same with all Amazon. It doesn't matter which country you use Amazon for. If you log in using your Amazon details you would use for your country, you will be able to order from them. Charlotte, I'm not too sure if you could get it from the US Amazon, because I didn't get this off Amazon in the UK. I got this from Etsy. But we're just saying that because this is a Japanese book, it would definitely be on Amazon Japan. But you can definitely order from other countries' Amazons, even if you don't live there. Because a lot of my Disney books are from Amazon France. Unless I can get them from Amazon UK, they tend to be a bit cheaper, but not too much for me personally. I'm not too sure about Serene being on Amazon Japan, to be honest. I've not seen it myself. The only place I have seen that is Etsy, and if you were to contact Nick himself. I really like these ones with the little cats on. I have another book by Christopher Hart, and that has a lot of pictures in with cute little cats. Oh, that's okay. Thank you for joining. Goodbye. Take care. I haven't had to pay a custom fee from ordering off Amazon Japan. Sammy, I'm sure nobody thinks you're being rude. Everyone knows that you've had a really testing time lately, and you don't have to explain yourself. So yes, I'll just, there are quite a few pages in this book actually. Thank you, Joey. Thank you for joining. It's going alright this time, considering last time I couldn't stream. Oh, thank you for joining. Take care. Some of the lines are in sepia, some are in grey, some are in blue, and some are in black. So there is a bit of a variety in the book. Some of them are a lot heavier than others. That one's a bit more raunchier than some of the other images. Some of the images, like this one, which I like, is the image itself at the front is in a darker print, than the background image. So it shows you what is at the forefront and what is at the back. Gonna have a drink of my tea there. This is a very light image compared to the last few. So some of the images are definitely advanced. Sean. We do not want to know. Another one that's quite faint. This image, I've noticed, the butterflies are in a blue and the image itself is in black. It's a really nice book, isn't it, Joanne? That's what we were just saying earlier on when I first started going through, that it says a volume 1 on the front, so I'm hoping they bring a volume 2 out. This image, all of the flowers are in a green and the girl is in sepia. This one fades out into the background. This one actually uses green and brown inks for the trees and the bushes. And then in the back, it's written in Japanese, but this page just tells you some of the mediums you can use in the book. This one gives you a step-by-step guide into colouring eyes using the Copics, pencils, a pen, this one has a tutorial on the hair, clothes. I'm not sure if that is a jammy dodger or if it's a flower. I'm going with jammy dodger because they're yummy. This one is a little bear. It may very well be a gingerbread bear. And then at the very back, it just shows you a coloured in version of each image, which I think is quite nice to add into a colouring book because it gives you some inspiration on how to colour your own. Because sometimes, especially with books like this, we get a bit stumped with how we're going to colour each picture in. So yes, so I got that one. There we go. And then I also got the Colouring Heaven Collection quarterly book, which is Cats 2019. And this book has some very cute and quirky pictures in. We'll just do a quick flip through of this one because I don't want my whole stream to be known as being a stream of flipping through books. Sean, if only I could get the biscuit barrel out, but I don't have any biscuits to get out. Never mind from a barrel. But this has some very cute pictures in. With some Meowlo on this little kitty. I personally don't think you can beat a digestive biscuit if you put butter on the top. They are my favourite. So I was very happy when I received this book because I love cats, but I also love dogs. So if they bring a dog one out that is exactly like this, then I will be thrilled. The only problem with nice cold butterloo is that it is very hard to spread. Otherwise, I would totally agree. Do you know what a digestive biscuit is, Shannon? There you go. So Ian's posted up a link to show you what a digestive biscuit is for those of you who don't know. Well, a chocolate digestive is just one of those, but it has chocolate melted on the top. No, I haven't, Imogen. I'll have to try those. I'll give anything a try once where food's concerned. So then the art style changes for the next set, but these images are still super cute. Ooh, that's Frank doing his little bark and grumbles. Yes, Sean, but this is also the problem that you have with Pringles as well, because they're so thin, and if you just sit there with the tub beside you, you just eat, eat, eat. Louie's away barking into the hallway for some reason. He was asleep under the craft table. But it's the same with sweets as well. If you have a share bag of sweets to yourself, they don't get shared, they get eaten to yourself. These ones have been a lot more detailed, having all of the little Zen doodle patterns inside. Welcome back, Nick and Tina. Is that true, Lou? I did not know that. And then again, the images change. And this is the last artist in the book. But the thing is though, aren't plain Pringles salty Pringles? So even they're not really plain. This cute little cat looks like he's got doilies as patches. So I've now got Frank sitting staring looking at me with these big puppy dog eyes. Yes, this is a good point. What are crisps in America? So yes, that's a very, very, very cute little book there. I'm happy that I got that, because sometimes the quarterly books from Colouring Heaven can be a bit too much, whereas they look a bit too real for some people's likings. And I like this because we have the mixture of this person's work amongst the two cute types. Ah, you see, Katie, we just call that batter or scraps in the northeast of the UK anyways. I don't know about the rest of the UK, but the parts of the fried batter just gets called batter or scraps. Hello, beautiful. See, so they get called a lot of names as well. Hi, Amir. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. That gets called dripping in the northeast as well, Lou. Oh yes, we're having a big discussion about food at the moment, about what it gets called and where. This is a very good point, Susan. I put up a picture that I got in my email about a sneak peek for next week's Colouring Heaven, and I asked if anybody knew who it was, and nobody answered. So if anybody recognises who the drawings are by, feel free to spill the news. Because I'm all for surprises, but this one's killing me. Because I've got a feeling that I know who it is, but I just can't think of the name. So, I'm going to move on to what my whips are for this month that I have going at the moment. You've already seen one, which I will show you again, and that was from Magical Jungle. Come on, Sean, spill the beans. We all want to know. We all want to know. Two are cute aliens and two are zombies. No, I can't think. I'll keep thinking though, I'm not just saying that I can't think for definite. So yes, my whips for this month are this one that I have from Magical Jungle. And this one is being coloured for Becky's Community Jungle hashtag for this month and into May, I think it is. So it's about a month that people are colouring their images for this in. Oh my goodness, Sean, I am sure you would keep your subscription. Just tell me. And then I also have this one on the go, which I started, I think I started this one in January. And I never got actually round to finishing it. So I've decided that I'd like to try and get this one finished, because on Easter Sunday my mum's going on a cruise, and I'm looking after her dogs and her cats while she's away. So all of my whips are getting took with me, and I'm going to try and get through as many whips as I can possibly get through. So I have this one, and so far in this one I have only used the Arteza pencils. I've used the Prismacolor so far in my Magical Journey book, and the Arteza so far in this one. And then I'll show you this one before I show you my Jasmine book. This image I have been doing for quite some time. This one I've only used my Erosion pencils in. Thank you, May. Is that in this book, this image here, I tried to make it look as if she just stood up out of the grass. Yes, this was originally my tester page when I got my Arteza pencils, and I was just going to use some and then bring in other pencils, and then I thought I'd give myself the challenge to just use those specifically on this whole page, and the paper takes them really well, so I thought I would just keep going with them. And then, as I was saying, this picture I've only used my Erosion pencils, and this picture I've only been colouring in at my craft group, and it seems to be taking me forever because I'm sure I started this in January as well. Either that or it was before Christmas. The skin tones and the dress and the snake so far are all erosion pencils, and even though I've only been colouring this in my craft group, I'm planning on taking it with me so I can try and get this one finished as well. And then I have this book which I pulled out the other day to colour in with Ella, and I started this one and everything so far is in Inktense except the detailing that I've done so far on her eye. The rest's all Inktense, and it's the first time that I've really used my Inktense. I've done a few bits and pieces here and there, but nothing to actually do a whole image. So I'm going to use my Inktense, and I'm going to... Okay Lou, I'll have a look in a minute. I'm going to use my Prismas with this one as well. And then the only other whip that I have at the moment, and I've carried this one on since last month, is this, which is my March calendar for Kelly O'Gorman. I started this last month, but I left it too late in the month to get it done. So I need to finish this off and then start on April, which is this lovely image here of the chicken and the eggs and the hearts. And if I colour this one in and get this one done this month, this would be good for 3 or 4 hashtag colour alongs on Instagram. So I need to get my bum in gear and get some of my whips done, because I also have, if I'm just going for whips, which I've started... Oh, wait a minute, I have one more whip to show you. So I got Mythographic Imagine, and I started this image here. If I just quickly go to the back, this image is called... Because I like that about this book, is that it tells you what the images are called. So this image is called Masquerade, and I so far have used the Polycolour skin tones to do the skin on this lady, and I'm part way through doing our skin tones, and I plan on having a colour theme of purples. This book here, Sean, the Imagine one, a lot of people aren't too sure on this book. It's very different from his first one. It's a lot more busy. There are some of the images that aren't too bad. I mean, this one here, there are quite big open spaces, so it wouldn't take much to colour in. But a lot of the images are quite busy. You have like this one. If I just do a quick flip through. Well, even this one. Some of them have a lot going on in the page. I mean, I can do a quick flip through now if you'd like, so you can have a look to see what the whole book's like. It's entirely up to you. Or if you want, I can do a flip through as a separate video, because we have already flipped through 2 books already. Mia wants a flippy. let's do a quick flippy then, but just a quick one, because I don't want you all thinking that all I do is flip yous in my live streams. But yeah, some of the have we made you hungry, Gary? Go and enjoy your food, and thank you very much for joining us. Take care. So yes, some of the images in here are very busy. Some of them are, well, you know where the fridge is. Some of the images have quite open spaces, so excuse me. Some of them wouldn't take as long as you might think, and some of them don't actually have as much in as some of the other ones. Excuse me, Lou, you're supposed to be sticking up for me here. Gary, I'm going to try and stick to a Friday for definite at the same time for my streams, but there is a possibility that depending on if I get time through the week, I will do a stream, but they won't be as long as what my Friday night one would be. 6 PM, Sean. Yes, Mia, you stay on my side. I shouldn't have to cook his meals all the time. He should cook my meals. I stream for a living now. Yes, you did, and it was very nice. Thank you. It does have some really nice pictures in, though. I'm just going to move these out the way a minute. Ugh. Yes, it does have some really lovely pictures in. Like this one is a beautiful picture. It's just a bit busy around the edges, unlike his last book. See, this one's not too bad, having it down the centre there. Oh, that's nice, Fliss. What's tonight's takeaway? In terms of the layout of the books, I prefer the first one, Lou. But in terms of the theme, I prefer this one. So if this book was laid out the same way as the first one, where you had a bit of foliage and something coming out from the foliage, and then the outside was blank, then this book would be perfect. So see, for this one's not too bad. And he does have another 2 books coming out later in the year, which is Aquatic and Enchanted Castles, I think. And I have them both on pre-order. See, this one's very, very, very busy because there are so many keys in the image as well as having the background. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed, Fliss. I bet that tastes nice. Oh, are they not? Right. I didn't know that. So the mythographic is the series, but they're going to change the artist itself. And I've also seen that Kirby Roseanne's has another book coming out later this year. I think it was October, or it might have been August. Imogen, I think if I was to choose between this book, this specific book, and Kirby Roseanne's Mythomorphia book, because they both have the same theme, I would choose Kirby Roseanne's book. They are very similar, but I think you can tell a slight difference. If you would have two, say you got, for instance, this image put in front of you and one single image from one of Kirby Roseanne's books, you would definitely be able to tell that Kirby did one image and Joseph Kattenbang did the other image. And yes, Robin, it's Worlds Within Worlds, November. Yes, that seems to be a very, very distinct difference between the two, is that Joseph Kattenbang in the mythographic series does not have double page spreads. I think that he has some brilliant ideas, but like Sean says, these are a lot more condensed. There's a lot to be put in a single page. And I don't know if, say for instance you had the same image but blown up into, say, like A3 size, would be better. And then at the back you have the images with the names on, and a bit like Kirby Roseanne's, you have hidden objects within each image for you to find. And yes, these have perforated pages, as you can tell, because some of mine are already starting to come away from the book. And there we go. So yes, and then I have one more whip, which is on a PDF, which is this one here, and this is an image by Sheryll LaFond, which I've done a marker base for, and I just need to finish it off by going over in pencil. And this is my Easter image, and I'm only doing one specific Easter image this month because I didn't want to fill the whole month with Easter. Yeah, Sean, I have seen the book. I have it on pre-order. I'm not 100% sure when it's due out for here. I have the Disney's Girl Power book, but mine is all in pieces, so unfortunately I probably wouldn't be able to do a flip through of that one, I'm afraid. Yes, this image here, Imogen, is a set that she has on her Etsy store, and it is a set of 4. And I only have the one image. I'll take it out of the light there for you so it's not shining. Oh right, I see. So yes, A2 is quite a big size. It would be like colouring in one of his jigsaws, really. And I've also recently found a listing on AliExpress that does the 5D paintings of his art. And the only problem with a 5D painting is that unless you get something that's quite a substantial size, then the details don't really show up very well. See, that's the only other thing, Sean, with it being on AliExpress, you don't know if it is legit or not. I don't actually think they would be specifically done by Thomas Kinkade himself. I'd imagine it's just someone who's got the image of one of Thomas Kinkade's artworks and then turned it into a 5D painting. In terms of 5D paintings, it doesn't really matter where you get an image from. You could get an image of a 5D like you could get a 5D painting from Amazon, for instance, and it would be an image that's already been out there somewhere. Yes, Molly Harrison's had work on there. Jasmine Beck Griffith has had some of her images turned into 5D paintings. Johanna Basford's had some of her work turned into 5D paintings. But it's all because when ordering a 5D painting, some people give you the option to submit your own image, and I would imagine as long as it's not a personal image, they would keep it and reproduce it to sell on. Well, this is the thing, because people have been on about the Chinese books on places like Wish as well, and I think out of everything, the Chinese books are the only legit thing on Wish in terms of colouring books. Oh, thank you, Sammy. I've tried to keep it quite pastel-y colours, but as I was saying, this one's just in markers at the moment, and I'm going to go over in pencils to add some shading and whatnot. Yes, Wish can charge too much for shipping. Some things aren't too bad. It all depends on what you're actually looking for. AliExpress is another one. It all depends on what you're buying. But in terms of their 5D paintings and their colouring books, I've not had any problems so far in the ones that I've bought. It's the same with Wish in terms of the colouring books. If you read the description, then the description, especially on Wish, will tell you how many pages are in the book you're ordering. If a book tells you that it has 25 pages, then don't buy it because they've cut the book short. But it should always tell you in the description how many pages the book has that you're looking to buy. A lot of the books do tend to be free shipping. There are a few who will sell the book itself cheaper and add shipping on. So just be doubly sure when you're buying it. Just compare it with somebody else, a different seller on AliExpress, because it might work out that the one with free shipping is cheaper than the one that charges you shipping, but the book says it's cheaper. Right, so I'm not going to do a colouring on this stream. This was just for me to say hi and for you all to basically see that I am up and running now. I'd like to do an image from this book on my next stream. If you'd like to see me do one from this book or a different book, just let me know in the comments below once the stream is uploaded. Mia, it all depends, because the Hatchet Hero books, the Disney ones, are a French company. So thanks for coming, Sean, take care. So yes, you could look on Amazon UK, and the only thing that I would advise is always check the shipping, and then I would then suggest looking on Amazon France, because that is where they are originally from. Amazon France sometimes, if you're lucky, don't charge shipping, or if they do, it's not very much. But I would compare the two just to be on the safe side, Mia. But yes, I'm going to leave it there, and a massive thank you to everybody who turned up today. It's been great. Thank you, Sammy, sweetheart. Yes, thank you everyone for coming. But yes, if you'd like to see me colour from this one in my next stream, or if you'd like to see me colour from something else, just let me know. You can let me know on the comments for this stream, or on Facebook or Instagram, or you can email me. I'll leave my email in the description, but it is honoryourcrafts30@gmail.com. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Bye.